So, hello and welcome to the Movie Viewers podcast.
Today we'll be discussing which films are upcoming that we're looking forward to, which films we've seen in the past year, and whether we've liked, loved or given a hard pass on them.
All of the movies!
Even the horrors, be prepared to be best friends with your toilet.
Thanks for that. Should I go hug it now to make sure there's no hard feelings when I suddenly burst in after watching it?
The original's better, but speaking of no hard feelings, which movies do you dislike?
I have to say, Kill Bill Volume 2 was a bit of a letdown from the first part. It just didn't...
Have enough yellow spandex or girls using katanas in it?
No, actually. I was going to say, I think Tarantino should have just made Kill Bill a single film. It might be 3 hours long, but I'd still watch it. What about you? Any horrors not been so horrifying lately?
Brilliant, terrible pun. But I have to say the Paranormal Activity saga, it seems to drag off a little. It just looks strange, and it goes to the future, then past, then future. They have to watch the movies in order to understand the order of events.
So it's much more horrifying Back to the Future.
Possibly never watched Back to the Future fully, so I never saw it. But anyway, we're getting a little off topic, like the DCU franchise.
Well put. I also didn't enjoy $1 Million Baby. Maybe it was because it was depressing as all hell, or because Clint Eastwood cannot act these days. Either way, I can feel our viewership rating go down dramatically because of that last confession. I don't enjoy depressing films. I don't recommend it unless you want to be lost in a story that makes little sense and want to die crying at the end of it.
Okay then, well let's move on to the next topic so we don't end up like Clint Eastwood's career. Know when to stop is a very useful skill.
That's it, our viewership ratings are down the toilet, which I still haven't hugged because I don't want to look weird. Anything else you've given a hard pass on? I can think of around 5 others I didn't like, but I'll stop taking the limelight.
Not really, no. Should we move on?
Yeah, sure. Let's stop talking about toilets now. So, films we've seen in the past year that we've liked and or loved. Would you like to start us off?
Okay, I've recently seen Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle and The Greatest Showman. Maleficent was also pretty good.
Was Hugh Jackman really The Greatest Showman?
Yes, I didn't realise Logan could sing though.
Never watched Les Miserables? He's got a pretty good voice.
I could tell. Which films did you like?
Django Unchained and Ocean's 11 were pretty good. Django being insanely bloody, but very well made, and Ocean's 11 being somewhat of a brain scratcher until the film explains itself at the end. It's like some really difficult puzzle that only makes sense when someone explains it. I enjoyed it.
Was that Elvis Ocean or Clooney Ocean?
Oh, it was Clooney. I don't think we could find the Elvis version. I tell you something, Ocean's 11 came out in 2001, and Clooney doesn't look much older than he did then, despite there being a 17-year gap. Can't do the same for Brad Pitt though. And our remaining viewers are gone. What was Jumanji like?
Jumanji was much better than the first one. Much funnier and very cool to watch.
Was your welcome into the jungle satisfactory?
Wow, another terrible pun. But yes, it was a good movie.
Alright, fair play. What about Maleficent? Was the Evil Fairy Queen story a good one?
It was good, yeah. A bit of a change of the scene to story of it, but otherwise very good.
Angelina Jolie is a fairy. Never thought I'd see the day. Shall we move on to Loved?
Why not? It's not like we're actually getting anywhere.
Let's avoid the Clint Eastwood career path.
Which films have you seen recently that you loved?
I have a list about yay long. I'll try and shorten it. There were the incredible Marvel films, Avengers Assemble, Thor Ragnarok, Spider-Man Homecoming and Black Panther. The latter was an incredibly magical, moving film, and I can't recommend it enough. It's always absolutely bonkers and hilarious. If you want a good laugh, watch that one.
Well then, I loved The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, as well as the Insidious trilogy. Oh, and the first 2 Saw films, those were very interesting.
I will not make a toilet joke. I will not make a toilet joke.
Okay, good. Not even sure what the joke would be.
Inevitably something about needing to apologise to the toilet for what it's going through after I've watched The Conjuring. Anyway, I also love Kingsman: The Secret Service, and a rather unpopular opinion, but I really enjoyed 13 Hours, The Secret Forges of Being Harmed. A startlingly good film from Michael Bay.
Oh, never watched Kingsman: The Secret Service. Are Michael Bay's other movies really that explosively bad?
He has a strange infatuation with Megan Fox's butt, and, well, let's face it, tons of explosions don't always equal good films.
I thought Megan Fox was fired from the Transformers franchise and got replaced with a blonde woman. I can't remember her name. Anyway, can we move on? Our podcast has almost come to a close.
Whoever it was, I can't remember her name either. Bay focuses more on the but and less on the battle. Yes, let's move on to coming soon. And finally, the films we're looking forward to. It looks to be a good year for me, with 2 Marvel films and the adaptation of my favourite book being released.
That's cool. What is the book you're referring to that's being released?
Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Insanely geeky, but brilliant.
Oh well, everything is a bit geeky, but let's hope it's actually like the book and not completely different.
Spielberg already confirmed to be quite different, but I'm excited all the same. What are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm looking forward to the future horror movies like The Nun and Slenderman. Let's hope a live-action creepypasta movie is actually good.
What's the creepypasta again?
Basically a whole bunch of horror stories. Google it if you're actually curious.
Real or fake stories?
Not sure, there are mysteries in this world that we don't know about, so it's possibly they are real.
We could make a documentary out of that. Should we do that? Undocumented Mysteries of the Earth, volume 982,637, coming soon.
Sounds stupid. Anyway, you're going a bit off topic. Come back to reality, crazy lady.
Aww. So anything else we forgot to cover, or are we all done here?
I'm pretty sure I covered everything for the podcast.
We'll end this on a song, Eric.
And we've just become 40% less cooler.
Next week we'll be talking about the cinematography of films. And now we've become 60% less cooler. Good night, good morning and good afternoon to all new listeners who may have remained. We hope you enjoyed this. Goodbye.
Goodbye.